Welcome back to Primetime News.
Special welcome to viewers on onespotmedia.com as well as TVJ International in the Cayman Islands.
Up first this evening, the Supreme Court has ordered the government to fork out over $100 million in damages to George Williams, a man who spent half a century in custody without trial.
Supreme Court Judge Sonia Wint Blair ruled that Mr. Williams' right to due process and a fair hearing within a reasonable time were breached.
And at least one human rights group is describing the situation as a gross miscarriage of justice.
Ramarda Lyons reports.
$120 million in damages, the amount the Supreme Court has ordered the government to pay over to George Williams, a mentally ill man who spent 50 years in custody without a trial. $78.6 million for compensatory damages and $42 million for vindicatory damages. The judgment was handed down Thursday in a wrongful imprisonment lawsuit filed by Mr. Williams' attorney, John Clark. Mr. Williams was released 5 years ago, and his family sought compensation from the government. The government, at the time, offered to pay Mr. Williams $6 million. It was rejected by his family. Human rights organization Stand Up for Jamaica says Mr. Williams' case highlights ongoing systematic issues within Jamaica's criminal justice system, particularly for mentally ill individuals who remain incarcerated without sentencing for decades. It adds that the fact that Mr. Williams had to wait 50 years to have his day in court is a gross miscarriage of justice, and that over 90% of mentally ill individuals have been incarcerated for over 20 years for petty crimes, languishing in conditions that exacerbate their mental health conditions. Attorney at law John Clark spoke with our news center after the judgment.
And I hope that this judgment will be examined carefully by the state, because while we are speaking now, there are other persons who are similarly circumstanced, like Mr. Williams, who are in custody because they are unfit to plea, and one would hope that the state would examine that mechanism to see how constitutional it can be and ensure that less intrusive methodology can be utilized apart from a prison to detain persons who are unfit to plea.
Stand Up for Jamaica is calling the ordered payout to Mr. Williams a victory at last, but this sobering admission from his attorney.
The sum that Mr. Williams received or is ordered to receive of $120 million, it cannot give him back his 50 years in custody, but it will go a far way in alleviating some of his financial concerns in the sunset of his years.
Mr. Williams was arrested on October 28, 1970 and charged with the offense of murder. Now, upon his arraignment on March 25, 1971, the issue of his fitness to plea was tried by a jury who found him unfit. He was released from prison on July 24, 2020. Ramarda Lyons, TVJ News.